Hello guys, welcome back. And today we're going to be talking about Auston Matthews and him signing a 5-year extension with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, Auston Matthews has signed a 5-year extension with the Toronto Maple Leafs for $11.634 million. So what are the extension details, and did Toronto get fair value for this contract? Watch till the end to find out. Now, we got the official news today that Auston Matthews was going to be extended by the Toronto Maple Leafs. This was pretty much something that was leading up, especially in the last couple of weeks. We thought that Auston Matthews might sign in the offseason, he might sign in the playoffs, but he gets it done in early February. And in the last couple of weeks, we've seen a lot of rumors about the Toronto Maple Leafs and Auston Matthews linking up, meeting up to talk about contract extensions. And of course, today, we get the official word. Now, once again, Auston Matthews signing a 5-year extension with the Toronto Maple Leafs, that extension being an $11.634 million value, sneaking the number 34 in there as Auston Matthews wears it. Pretty sneaky move by him, but I think it works pretty well, and it's going to go for 5 years, so 5 years after this season. He is an RFA this season, or at least was, and that contract will go until he's age 27. So, while it's not a long-term deal, it is still pretty lengthy. Now, a big thing to note about this contract, and what makes this contract so interesting, is the amount of the contract that is actually signing bonuses. Now, this was about this was like just under $60 million when it came to the overall percentages, but it was $54 million in signing bonuses, and it was $3.65 million in actual salary. So, when it comes to Auston Matthews' contracts, I don't know if we've seen that before, where such a big percentage, I think over 90%, or it was like 93%, was signing bonuses. But that is a big thing about this contract that, of course, Auston Matthews gets with it. It's not actual salary, but of course, he still ends up getting that money. Now, Auston Matthews, of course, a center for the Toronto Maple Leafs at age 21, was drafted first overall back in the 2016 NHL draft, and has been a force to be reckoned with whenever he has been healthy in the NHL. So far this season, he's played 38 games, getting 23 goals, 23 assists for a solid 46 points. An amazing stats right there, and for his overall career so far, it's also been very good, playing 182 games, getting 97 goals, 81 assists for 178 points. Now, when it came to the contract negotiations, at first, I thought for sure it was going to be at least 6 years when it came to this contract. I thought it was maybe going to be 7, maybe even 8 years when it was all said and done. But with Auston Matthews signing that 5-year extension, it's kind of weird because I really didn't expect it whatsoever. But of course, as we came in, especially in the last couple of weeks, we got a lot more word that Auston Matthews would be signing maybe a lower term contract than we might have thought at first. And 5 years is not really a low term contract, but it's a lot lower than I think some people expected, and especially me, because I thought he was going to be in the ballpark of 6, 7, 8 years as opposed to 5. But when it comes to Auston Matthews, I think this is also a very smart signing for Auston Matthews himself. When it comes to the salary cap, it's going to be raising even more and exponentially in the next few years, especially after the CBA happens and after a lot more money comes into the league. We'll have the salary cap possibly at maybe $100 million at that point, and for Auston Matthews at that point, he could maybe get $15 million, maybe even more than that. So when it comes to a longer term contract, I was kind of always iffy on it, but getting that lower term contract, 5 years, I think it works for Auston Matthews, and down the line, he'll get a huge chunk of change, even more than he's about to get. And for the Toronto Maple Leafs side of things, I think there's not too many bright spots for them here. When it comes to Auston Matthews, I think he's worth that, but it's not like the Toronto Maple Leafs come out with any sort of steal here. With the Toronto Maple Leafs, the one big advantage, of course, is that Auston Matthews is signed for 5 more years, which is honestly amazing. Great for them. But for the Toronto Maple Leafs, I don't see them really stealing any contract here. I see this being about what Auston Matthews should be paid right now. Maybe $11 million to that $12 million range is what I would have paid him right now. So it does make sense, and for the Toronto Maple Leafs, they do get him signed for 5 more years, which of course is the biggest thing here. Now, one of the best things about this contract is that we have no more Auston Matthews to Arizona negotiations. We've heard this pretty much for the past year and a half. Oh, is Auston Matthews going to Arizona? Is he going to get offer sheeted? And it's just not going to happen. And with Auston Matthews signing that 5-year extension, I think that pretty much confirms that. Now, that might happen with Mitch Marner. We might see that, but it's probably not going to happen anyways. But hopefully, we hear no more about Auston Matthews to the Arizona Coyotes, because it was honestly ridiculous in the first place. And even after this contract ends for Auston Matthews, I don't see him going anywhere whatsoever. I mean, maybe the Maple Leafs aren't as good as we think in 5 years. That might end up happening, but even then, I feel like Auston Matthews is committed to the Toronto area, is committed to that city, and committed to the Toronto Maple Leafs. And even though there might have been some speculation about him maybe going to Arizona, it just is not going to happen. And this contract negotiation and this contract extension confirms it. And I am really proud for one of my Southern hockey players. If you guys don't know, I am from Dallas, Texas. I pretty much root for any player born in the Southern area, whether it be Arizona, Vegas, Texas, Florida, wherever it might be. I'm always having a special spot in my heart for those type of guys. And Auston Matthews pretty much being the only good thing to come out of the Arizona Coyotes. I'm glad that he gets this big contract situation sorted out and we get this big contract extension because honestly, he deserves it. Now, we'll see what happens in 5 years when Auston Matthews is still in his prime and still performing, but I feel like at that point, the Maple Leafs might have won a cup already. They might have already been a pretty solid team, and they are still a solid team now. So I don't think there's going to be any concern about where Auston Matthews is going to end up after this contract, because I think it'll be all good and fine. And of course, Auston Matthews being in his prime at that point will definitely get paid handsomely. But I'm happy for Auston Matthews for getting this deal done. I'm happy for the Toronto Maple Leafs and Kyle Dubas for getting this deal done. And for me, I'm personally happy that Auston Matthews is a Toronto Maple Leaf for 5 more years. But of course, with this video, I want to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments down below. So let me know, what do you think about this contract extension for Auston Matthews? Do you think he was overpaid? Do you think he was undervalued? And of course, what do you think about this whole contract negotiations and everything surrounding it? But if you guys want some more Grav videos just like this one, you can click on this card right here to watch my video about the Columbus Blue Jackets and if trade rumors are ruining their team. But that is going for today, guys. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. You can comment down below your thoughts on the Auston Matthews contract extension, and I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Goodbye.